Hi, Green Machine friends and fans of fun. Let's see. We will have Black Friday sales. They will be in store. We will have sales on Black Friday. I promise. I'm not quite sure what they entail because I've forgotten, but it's fine. Yogi has been in the Christmas spirit. Yeah, you seem to hate Christmas before Christmas. Do you actually hate Christmas?
I do.
Tonight, Yogi is going to be visited by 3 spirits. The ghost of comics past, which is Jack Kirby. The ghost of comics current, which is Stanley.
Okay.
And then the ghost of comics future, which is Jeff Johns. And he will be at least 3 hours late. I promise.
True. Show up next year.
That's a fun game.
It is, yeah.
All right. Give me 3 ghosts. The ghost of Army past, the ghost of Army present, and the ghost of Army future.
Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. Ghost of Army Past.
Ghost of Army Past.
What's his name? Medal of Honor recipient who.
Audie Murphy? Yeah, I knew he was gonna pick Audie Murphy.
You got Audie Murphy, Ghost of Christmas Past, Ghost of Christmas Present would have to be General Mad Dog Mattis. He's not dead, but he could probably
Okay.
use his body at any point.
Okay.
Because of some Jedi Ninja shit.
And the ghost of Christmas future?
Ghost of Christmas Future, I would say.
Army future.
Army Future. You know, I'm going to have to give it to Sal Junta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still alive right now,
See-
kicking.
See, I would pick the Ghost of Christmas Past, Audie Murphy. But, of course,
yeah.
every Army guy's going to pick Audie Murphy. Ghost of Christmas Present, I just pick Iron Mike because I just like the name Iron Mike.
It's a cool one.
Yeah.
He is a bronze.
Yeah. And then Ghost of Christmas Future would be Mad Dog Mattis because that's the guy that's death, right?
Yeah.
That's Mad Dog Mattis.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, right? Right? So if we had to do it with comics, what would you do? Ghost of Christmas Present, Future, and Christmas Past, Future, and Present.
Past would have to go to good old Superman.
Superman?
Number 1 all the way back in the
Okay.
day.
Action
And then,
Comics.
Current present, I would have to say Venom. Go with Venom.
Oh, Venom. Okay, Venom. For Christmas Present.
Future would have to be like a death thing, huh?
Or it could just be a character from the future.
Like a 2099?
Anything.
Like a Spider-Man 2099?
Yeah, okay. Spider-Man 29 is your future. Okay. Let me see. Ghost of Christmas Past. I'm going to pick because we always get weird Golden Age collectors up in the store talking about it. So the Ghost of Comics Past, Little Orphan Annie.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that.
Ghost of Comics Present. Yeah, I'm going to go with Punisher.
Punisher? Yeah.
Okay. And Ghost of Comics Future, I'm going to pick Cable.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? That works perfect.
Yeah, he's always in the future.
Well, he's always time traveling, so he's just everywhere.
Except for now, he's kind of mainline.
Yeah. You know who I'm not going to pick?
Who?
Major X.
Oh!
I did not like that book.
I love Liefeld, though, because it's such a train wreck. It's amazing. I love
He's not my favorite artist or writer. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know what? Let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Liefeld's work has never sung to me.
Yeah.
I would pick Sakai or yeah. Well, we're getting off tangent.
Yeah.
So that I don't know. We came up with a game. Give us your Ghost of Comics, past, present, and future in the comments.
Yeah.
So why not? Let's get to the reviews. So the first book on our list is Riri Williams' Ironheart, issue number 12. It is the last issue, and it's kind of a tearjerker. More importantly, the ending is a little abrupt. There is something that is sort of not resolved, and I think it's because they just announced that it was coming to an end like a couple months back, or maybe a month back. So I'm not sure they knew. The end is touching, and as somebody who was on board for the whole Ironheart run, I had such a good time with it. The art was so good. The story was great. This is Ewing, Vecchio, Jeffo, and Melia. This is awesome. Honestly, it's a great ending, a good send-off, and I hope that she winds up on another team. I hope we see her soon. I could see her back on Champions, I think.
Like her and Shuri were like perfect team.
Shuri and, yeah. Oh, my God. They need their own comic. It used to be just Shuri and Ironheart.
Right?
And keep the same artists, because, God, they were so good. Next is, this is kind of bugging me, this mic here. I'm going to get it under control. Next is Shazam number 8. So good old Jeff Johns, my God. They announced that this would be delayed indefinitely, and it was delayed, what, 3 months?
Yep.
3 months. 3 full months. And it sucked because the end of the last issue said that next issue it said Shazam meets Captain Marvel. and we didn't know what that means. Well, we find out what that means, and it's okay. It's okay. They're sort of wrapping up the story arc. I wasn't blown away by what happened, but it was kind of a decent tribute. More importantly, their final family member attains power, and I was shocked by who it was and how it happened. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a wild ending. I didn't expect it, so, tribute to Jeff Johns. That's how he writes. But this is Jeff Johns, Collins, and Atia. A great, great issue. I would say go pick it up for sure.
Steve is not underselling that either. He had to show it to me. It was mind-blowing.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. Next is, this is You're the Villain. It says Generation Outlaw, but this is Red Hood and the Outlaws. The last issue, we found out that Bizarro and Artemis are finally back on Earth, which, if you're a Red Hood fan like I am, that's a huge deal. The Dark Trinity needs to come back together. I miss them being a thing. Granted, the new Outlaws team, they're okay. They're younger kids. He's sort of training them. And what's funny is he's finding that he's echoing his dad Bruce in a lot of things, because he just hears his voice come out when he's training these kids. And that's cool to see, but what I really want is Artemis and Bizarro to come back together, and it looks like it's almost there. Come pick this issue up. If you're a Red Hood fan, you know what that means. Come check it out. Next is Sir Edward Grey, Witchfinder, and this, if you don't know, this is in the Hellboy series. It reads like an old Victorian whodunit, which is kind of weird. It's sort of like occult Sherlock Holmes, I guess you could say. I had a good time with it. It's just not really what I expected. I think I would have more fun with a Hellboy issue, but if you're a Hellboy fan that just needs a little bit more BPRD in your life, come pick up Witchfinder. It's pretty good. There's not a lot of action in it, though. I will preface that. If there's not a lot of action in a comic, I tend to get a little bored. Next is Thompson, Nadler, Horak, and Rosenberg. I think that's Rosenberg, the cover artist. Yeah, and that's Punisher 2099. It's just weird to see another Rosenberg on Punisher. Yeah. And this is the 2099 take on the character. I will say I wasn't disappointed. The look is very Terminator-esque. The storyline's just weird. Hey, okay. It's just weird. There is a storyline where I guess it's the United States in the future, and at least I think it's the United States, and they have a social credit system. So you can see people's social scores as they do things. And the Punisher in particular, he was a cop and then did something to lose his score and went full Punisher. So, OG Punisher loses his family and becomes Punisher. This guy is like, oh, my internet points are gone.
Social media status.
He's like, my Facebook is dead.
Everyone's watching my TikTok.
I gotta draw the gun. No one's watching my TikTok. Anyways, Punisher 2099. It was weird. I didn't hate it. I had a good time with it. It was weird. But we'll have this. If you need a little more 2099 in your life, come pick it up. Next is John Constantine Hellblazer, and this is the DC Dark label, or DC Black label, excuse me. This is Simon Spurrier, Aaron Campbell, and Jordi Belair. Now, if you don't know, there was another Hellblazer John Constantine, which was just a one-shot that I guess was building up to this. I'm relatively sure it was building up to this. And I think they've established that Constantine is in our world. Like, it's not just DC landscape sort of similar to our world. There are so many parallels that they throw in, like political references and other stuff that John Constantine's like not normally aware of. There's other things too. He's walking around smoking. Somebody's like, "You're smoking." Like, everybody vapes now. What are you doing, dinosaur? So
Welcome to the millennium.
it was great. And this is very much a Black label, because the John Constantine jokes, John Constantine can deliver a punchline, but he encounters a gal in this story who can deliver a worse and more frighteningly disgusting punchline than he can. It was great. I had a good time. As somebody who loves Hellblazer stuff, this is amazing. This is exactly what we wanted. And frankly, I was not happy with the Rebirth run of Constantine. I did not have the best time with that run. This is more true to form and just feels like it's back to the roots type stuff. It's great. Come pick this up for sure. Next is Killadelphia, and well, in West Killadelphia, born and raised.
On the playground is where
Spent
I dug most of
my days. Oh, dug most of your graves. That was good. All right, so Killadelphia is, well, there is a cop, and he has a son, and the cop winds up dying, and what he dies to is, well, vampires. Philadelphia's got a vampire problem. So the son takes up the mantle and says, oh, this is nonsense, BS. Dad was going crazy. Does he find out he was crazy? Absolutely. That's the end of the story. Good night, everyone. No. No. So, this is a vampire cop story, which is great, honestly. I had a really good time with this story. I thought it was amazing. The art was absurdly cool. Honestly, I complain about gritty art, but if you're gonna do grit, do it like this. It was proper. It looked amazing. Yeah, it was just beautiful. And this is Killadelphia, Sins of the Father, Part 1. This is Rodney Barnes, Jason Sean Alexander, and Lewis NCT. NCT, how do you pronounce that? There is not a vowel in his last name.
Where the CT, the N and the C are silent.
I'm willing to bet this is like a pen name or an artist name. Yeah.
Yes.
Like Art Germ, but he just left out the vowels.
There you go.
I don't know. Anyways, so Killadelphia, come pick this up. It was awesome. Honestly, a really, really good showing for a book one. I wish we had more copies because it's that good. Next is Jane Foster Valkyrie, and this is Ewing, Aaron, Kefu. Is Jason Aaron is working on this? I didn't know that. Ewing with Ewing. Okay, Ewing, Aaron, Kefu, and Albertov. And this is, honestly, it might be the pick of the week. I had such a good time with this. So Valkyrie has to deal with, I think his name is, I can't remember. I think he's supposed to represent the Grim Reaper, but he's Mephisto's version of Valkyrie, taking souls to hell. And he's sort of captured Doctor Strange, so Valkyrie's gotta save Doctor Strange. And the best part about this comic, granted, I've loved everything about the Valkyrie character. I've loved her weapon set. I've loved her power set. I love how she engages. It's a great character. But the star of the show in this issue is the horse. The horse is amazing. He's awesome. Is that the same horse that was in War of the Realms? I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. It's awesome. No, maybe it's not. Because I don't know. Did that one have... It did have wings, right?
Yeah, it had wings.
It had wings. It was amazing. I had such a good time. I laughed so hard. It's awesome. Plus this cover art. Look at that cover art. Does that not look like something out of the 80s or 90s? Yeah. It totally does. Yeah. So anyways, Jane Foster Valkyrie, come pick this up. It's pretty much a must buy if you're a Marvel fan this week. Next is Conan the Barbarian 2099. What do you think he has to deal with?
Blood God?
No. But you should still do the Blood God promo.
Yeah.
Blood God!
It's already in there.
Oh, okay. Anyways, no. He doesn't deal with the Blood God. Instead, he deals with Morgan Le Fay, who comes to him and is like, Conan, I need you to make this deal. You have this new kingdom on Earth. I need you to cut me this deal. So what does Conan do when a witch comes to him and tries to cut him a deal? He kills her. He kills her, brutally. It's insane. She's like, you can't kill me. He's like, want to bet? Runs her through. And so she curses him and says that you will not be able to stop walking the earth until the sun burns the ground below your feet. So he's cursed. And on top of that, he's stuck with Morgan Le Fay. She's his Cortana, only the evil version that won't shut up. Nice. And yeah. So I had a really, really good time. As a Conan fan, I had a great time. Even if I wasn't a Conan fan, I would have laughed the whole way through this. It was great. And it wasn't a Blood God sad face, but it was a good $20.99. So yeah, come pick it up. Next is Fallen Angels, issue number 2. And this is Hill, Kodransky, Darmada. And oh my God, there is so much to unpack. This story is wild. we're dealing with Psylocke having to deal with assassin stuff. She's having to deal with the fact that she's no longer possessed by somebody else. She's herself, but she's still kept the Psylocke name. And she's got, new members of the team. She has Cable and X-23, and X-23 is trying to control her rage. And Cable is trying to control his focus. And so she's going to try and give them that. At the same time, she's trying to get to the bottom of a bunch of stuff. And it puts them on a collision course with something that they can either handle the problem or they can exercise control and not get in trouble for what they're doing. Because they're secretly leaving Krakoa to enact missions for Mr. Sinister. And, I think he's given them the path, but they're enacting missions. And they're not supposed to do that. So I love seeing this sort of thing. They're basically trying to get to the bottom of everything. They're being a little bit of a rebel. It's a really, really great read. The art is amazing. I was not bored. Honestly, this is one of the best of the X books that are on our shelf right now. And it's the least sub book. Yeah. I can't explain it. It's great. So anyways, Fallen Angels, come pick this up. It's great. Next is Scream, Curse of Carnage. And, there is a lot to unpack. Originally, who's they became Scream? It's Andy, right? Andy, I can't remember last time. She was... Oh, my bad. I'm spoiling it. But anyway, so she becomes Scream. She does not want a symbiote. Doesn't want it at all. And so she's coming to the terms that, yes, she has a symbiote. And yes, she may at times need this symbiote. She might need it in this storyline. But also, the symbiote may be causing problems in the form of, biological contamination. Yeah. So there's some weird stuff going on. She was Mania, though, wasn't she? She was. So she has fire powers, which is so weird. You should not be able to have fire powers and have a symbiote. And granted, we've seen, Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, where he has a symbiote with flames. The only ones who should be immune to that is Null. Actually, Null is the only one who should be immune to it. So, I don't know. I get a little frustrated by that. But that's not to say I didn't have a good time. I had a great time with this book. This is Chapman, Mooneyham, and Barreto. And this is issue number 1 of Scream. Come pick it up. It's great. It's a good read, and it's nice to have more symbiote stuff out there. Next is Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Infinite Crisis. I loved everything about this story. This is what if Blue Beetle wasn't killed by Maxwell Lord in Infinite Crisis? What would have happened then? And, it turns out Blue Beetle would have risen to the top. Teamed up with Old Brother Eye and risen to the top and just pretty much, pissed off the whole world with how amazing he'd been. Which, if you don't know Blue Beetle, there are 2 Blue Beetles. There's Jaime Reyes. Jaime Reyes is a very no-nonsense Blue Beetle, has the scarab on his back, is a really, really cool sci-fi themed character. I love everything about that character. Ted Kord is another Blue Beetle that I love, but for a different reason. He's comedy relief. Him and Booster Gold are the bromance that is just hysterical. They don't do things right usually, and it's funny. So seeing Ted Kord bend the world to his will was amazing. I didn't realize I wanted that, but oh my god. So anyways, Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Infinite Crisis. Come pick this up if you're a Blue Beetle fan like me. We keep shifting stuff around, so you're going to get jump cuts where the mic looks like it's dancing. Just going to move over here, move over here, move over. Anyways, the next book on our list is, DC Universe. This is issue number 11 of Freedom Fighters. I have not hid how much I've loved this Freedom Fighters run, and this issue totally delivers. If you want to see Uncle Sam built out, okay. We know that there's an evil Nazi Superman in this universe called Overman, right?
Yes.
We thought it was Overman in the story. It was hinted that it was Overman for most of the story. Turns out it's not. What's worse than evil Superman?
Shazam? Oh, Martian Manhunter?
No. Cyborg Superman. Oh, so we have Cyborg Overman in this, and that's a bad combination. But good old Uncle Sam and the Freedom Fighters might have reignited America's passion, and that makes Uncle Sam as an avatar gets stronger when people are more patriotic. So he'd be dead in our world these days. Anyway, so this is Venditti, Barrows, Ferreira, and Lucas. This is awesome. Nothing has changed. I love this story, and nobody reads it. It makes me so sad. So come pick it up. That dude has the squeakiest shoes I've ever heard. I hope that the camera picked that
I don't
up.
think it will, but
That was insane.
Yeah.
It's like he had tin foil on his or elastic wrap on his feet. It was wild. Okay, next is You're the Villain, and this is Justice League Dark. And if you can't tell from the cover, it's the Injustice League Dark, which is Papa Midnight, Solomon Grundy, Cersei. I can't remember who that is. He looks like a guardian, almost like a monk guardian. I don't recognize that character. And then this guy, I think his name is Bloom. No, it's not Bloom. Bloom's from New 52. I can't remember his name, but he basically stole the Parliament of Flowers' power. Flowers' power. Anyway, so this is the Injustice League Dark. Honestly, you know what you get with Justice League Dark. You get some of the best writing and retooling of their magic system and fleshing it out, and really, really cool characters all teamed up. Nothing has changed. This is an amazing ride. Honestly, this particular issue too, I had such a good time because there was a lot of chaos and fun. It was great. But nothing's changed. The art is amazing. The storyline's amazing. If you're on board with Justice League Dark, I know you're not disappointed and you're going to come pick this up. But plus, we got these nice acetate covers, so I really, really do think you need to come pick this one up. It's great. Next is Batman Detective Comics, and wow, this was a good issue. So we know that Nora Fries, who is Mr. Freeze's wife, who has been frozen for 30 years, I think it was 30 years, he's finally unfrozen her, and unfortunately, there's a problem. Turns out, she's about as evil as Mr. Freeze. Shocker. His heart is broken. His heart is broken. And honestly, part of me is kind of sad for Mr. Freeze because he's given so much of his life to saving this gal, and she just doesn't appreciate him. Sad face. So what I will tell you is the wrap-up for what happens is very poetic and sad and beautiful. I had a great time. Honestly, this was one of the best story arcs for Detective Comics out of this year. I had such a good time with this. So this is Batman Detective Comics issue number 1016. Come pick it up. Next is X-Force, and this is Percy Cassera and White. This is issue number 2. You know what? It's the weirdest team up I never thought I wanted. Quentin Quagmire and Wolverine.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, Wolverine's getting all the buddies now.
Yeah, but you know, Kid Omega.
Yeah.
Kid Omega and Wolverine.
West Coast.
Yeah. Such a weird combination. It works, but I mean, Quentin's a jerk. He's a horrible, horrible, awful jerk. He always is. He's a smug butthole.
Wolverine's kind of a jerk too.
He kind of is, but Quentin is like full blown, and that doesn't change at all. He's a complete jerk. But that's part of why I love the character. Like, he's a complete jerk. If I got superpowers, I would probably be like Quentin. I'm not gonna lie. All right. So, anyways, that's what you get. It's X-Force. Basically, Krakoa is reeling because of the assassination of Professor X. We don't know if he's coming back. So they're trying to use Cerebrum to sort of jumpstart him into the system so that he can be reborn. And while they're trying to do that, Wolverine's trying to get to the bottom of it because you killed his man. Like, you killed his main man. He's out for blood. Yeah, so he's out hunting them, and good old Quentin comes along. It's pretty funny, too, because Wolverine's like, I smell strawberry soda and, like, broken dreams. He says something like that, and then it turns out it's Quentin. Or he's like an Axe body spray or something. Yeah. So, anyways, X-Force, issue number 2, it's great. I had a great time. All this stuff that is coming out of Hickman's House of X and Powers of X has been awesome. Come pick it up. It's amazing. Next is issue number 20, Absolute Carnage. I thought the last issue was the wrap-up. I thought the Absolute Carnage issue number 4 was the end of it. Turns out it's not the end of it, which is good because that issue did not feel like the end of it. This one, on the other hand, explains a lot. It explains all the questions that you have, and I don't want to spoil it, but it answers the questions. It explains some stuff that me and Cam, one of our regulars, have discussed about Dylan and his lineage. It explains some of that. It's fleshing it out. It's setting the stage for a lot more. More importantly, I believe there's a new symbiote in play. Yes, there is. There is a new symbiote in play. And if it comes to pass, because right now it's sort of injured, but if they heal it, it's going to be probably the most powerful of all symbiotes. That's what I think. And on top of that, you're going to meet a cabal of people who have been good and bad and have gone back and forth from time to time. That's, well, should I spoil it at all or no? If you know Rick and Morty, and you know what Rick and Morty parodies from the Marvel Universe, you'll know what this group is. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, a large group.
A large group. That's all I'm going to say. So they're in this. It's issue number 20. This is Donny Cates, Ibn Coelho, Zay Carlos, and Rain Barreto. This is amazing. It's awesome, but you should expect nothing less. Donny Cates comics are very easily like, I don't know, I say the Rolls Royce of comics, but I don't know if it's that. I'd say it's like the Lamborghini of comics. It's fast, it's hard, it's good. Damn good. And overpriced. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's only $3.99. I'm teasing. It's just I ran out of Lamborghini one-liners. Next is, well, we were talking about it. Here's Rick and Morty Dungeons and Dragons. And this is the character sheet. I like the character sheets. I tend to keep them. So this one's probably going to be mine. It was awesome. The other two books were sort of a slow burn. They weren't as quick and fast-paced as the first one. Although they did mention my friend Xander's show, Relics and Rarities, in like the first issue. That was cool. But issue number 3 is amazing. I had the best time with it. There's so much to unpack. They make D&D jokes constantly. At one point, they're trying to get the mom to drive the car, and somebody yells, "Roll initiative." So good. They load up. They get ready. They basically level up to fight. It's awesome. Meanwhile, Rick is sort of trying to figure out what's going on with this world he created on a piece of graph paper where all the characters were like half made. And all of the villains are named after him. Do you want to know what the cleric is named?
Rick the Cleric?
Cleric. Yeah. What do you think the warrior is named? Warrior Rick. Yeah, he's very embarrassed by these names. He hates them. He hates them. Yeah. So, anyways, Rick and Morty Dungeons and Dragons. I think this is issue number 3. Yeah, it is. Issue number 3. Come pick this up. It's great. If you love D&D or you love Rick and Morty, this is better than the Rick and Morty stuff on the shelf. It's awesome. I don't know who's writing this because I picked up the variant. Sorry. I'll tell you later. Oh, now we're going to do go or no go. This is going to be a fast, really quick go, no go, 1 sentence, maybe 2, and then we'll go on to the next book.
Jim Zope is the writer.
Jim Zope is the writer. Okay. This is Supergirl Annual issue number 2. Go. She's infected, and it's sort of her transition into effective. It's awesome. Infected. Did I say infectin?
No, I think you said.
Okay. Ghost Rider issue number 4. Go. It's awesome. Did I say Ghost Rider? Ghost Spider. It rhymed.
It did.
We need a Ghost Rider and Ghost Spider team up now.
That
needs to happen. Yeah. Okay. Ghost Spider issue number 4. Go. If you're a Ghost Spider fan, this is great. Everything about this run has been infinitely better than the last run, which is weird because I think they're both Shannon McQuire. But nonetheless, having a great time with this. They just swapped artists, I think. I'm pretty sure. Next is New Mutants, Hickman and Race. Sadly, it's a Hickman book, and it's a no-go.
Oh.
I don't know what happened. It's kind of like they went into space and then immediately got locked up, and it's boring and weird. It feels like filler on the second issue. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, sorry guys. Yondu issue number 2. Go. It's fun. This is Yondu of old meets Yondu of new, but the Yondu of old is his future ancestor. It's weird. The storyline's weird, but it's good. It's a good weird. The art is good. Having a great time. Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid saga continues. I'm sorry, it's no-go. The reason is this is an exact episode of Cobra Kai. It's just Johnny's side of the story. Why? Why would... If you're picking up a Cobra Kai book, you know the story. You particularly know... You have to. Why'd they do that?
Maybe to get people to watch the show?
I don't know. We've talked more than we should about this, but oddly enough, this one's a no-go. The first issue was a go. This one's a no-go. I don't know. Earth's Mightiest Hero, The Avengers. Being really hard on books this week. Okay. I don't care about Starbrand. So, for me, it's a no-go. If you're a Starbrand fan, I guess go. It's the beginning of an arc. Yeah. Fight Club 3. Well, it's better than the last 3. Still sucks. No go. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm hoping the ending is amazing and I take back everything I said about the last 3 issues. Year of the Villain, issue 1017. Year of the Villain. What am I doing? I'm sorry. Action Comics, issue 1017. I'm tired. It's a no-go. It was a strange issue. It felt like they were setting it up for Clark to come forward a couple issues back and reveal his secret identity. And instead, they've just gotten really weird with the storyline. It's odd. It's odd. Yeah, I don't know. And the art feels off, too, for whatever reason. It's a no-go. I'm sorry. I'm being cruel. All right, let's get some good stuff. The Flash. This is a go if you've been on the story arc. It's a great story arc. Having a really good time. Don't jump in on this book, though. Come by a couple back issues first. Transformers Galaxies. It's a go, but it's weird. When the Constructicons assemble, they become angry and smash things, and people are shocked. They're Decepticons. I don't know. But this is before they were Decepticons. It's fair. It's fair. But Transformers Galaxies, pretty good. It's a go. Okay. Fantastic Four Negative Zone. It didn't quite feel like the first family at times. Something felt off. And the art's a little weird. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah. That's the villain of this issue, is a ball.
Is it the Phantasm Ball? Because that'd be good.
I don't think it's the Phantasm Ball. No. But it is a ball. That's the villain. Great. I'm sorry. I kind of think it's a no-go unless you really, really, really want some more Fantastic Four. Picard, go. It was awesome. Had a great time. Totally thankful that I had a great time because some of those Star Trek books were not doing it for me.
Yeah.
This was everything we kind of wanted in a Star Trek book. It was great. Go. Last God. Go if you read the last issue. Go if you want some fantasy. Anyone else is a no-go. But it's a weird fantasy story. It's not super intricate. It feels like maybe a legend, but it's pretty good.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, our drawing. We got to do our drawing, and we're still using our drawing thing, so we got to take it out of the bag. Are you ready?
Just about. Almost. Ready.
75.
Bottom of the list. Josh Arnold.
Josh Arnold, you won a poster. 389. Raymond Chapman, you won a poster. And 88.
Alejandro Bonilla.
Alex Bonilla, you won a poster. So that's our show for this week. Come in Black Friday and, I don't know, buy some things. We'll have, I think, 50% off back issues. And
Thursday, we're going to be closed.
Thursday, we're closed. Don't come on Thanksgiving. We're going to be closed so that our employees can go home and spend time with their family. And we can see our family. And we don't support that crap. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to badmouth big retailers because they're tied to our mall. But that sucks. And you shouldn't do that to people.
That sucked last year.
Yeah, it was terrible last year. So, yeah, no. We will be home. Don't come to the mall for us on Thursday, on Thanksgiving. Go home with your family.
We're friends.
We're friends.
Friendsgiving.
Yeah, do that stuff. So, anyways, that's our show. Yeah.